you were at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Wild Stag, who said, I don't know if you've done this before, but maybe you could rant about fantasy role-playing games and how early RPGs affect otaku culture. If you've already done that, or you feel you've covered it enough in non-rant videos, perhaps a rant on your favorite hentai tag, assuming you haven't also covered that. I don't have much to say about early RPGs affecting otaku culture. I feel like that's a broad topic with a I could have a whole research project done on it, but my favorite hentai tag, I mean, the way I tend to look at hentai for the most part, especially if I'm looking at dojins or something, is just to scroll through whatever's new and just click on whatever looks interesting to me. I don't typically have like certain tags that I'm, looking for all the time, but if I'm going to be using Gelboru, the most likely tags I'm going to use are animated and CG because I'm a big fan of CG porn. I just think it's the perfect middle ground between, something that's like more realistic and relatable, looks more like real porn to some extent, but while still being like fantastical and having characters of whatever anime style you feel like, or just like ridiculous scenarios can play out, just as it would in a hentai. I like 3D models. I think that, good 3D work, at least, is some of the most impressive hentai that you're going to find. When you do find impressive 2D hentai, it's also a sight to behold, but it's just not as likely. So, but I do usually look for animations just because of the fact that, it's if I'm looking at, like, illustrated porn, all that matters is the art quality. Again, I don't really care about like what exactly it is, but if it's animated, there's only so many like full blown hentai productions that are any good, and for the most part they have to make entire episodes of it. But if you just want to see like short clips, there's countless little animations being done by random people on the internet all the time. So it's fun to check the animations tag to just see what cool animated sex has been drawn by people who just want to draw some decent sex scenes. The biggest problem I have though with looking at CG is that you get basically the same few characters ad nauseum. The cast of Overwatch, the cast of Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive. Some Metal Gear Solid characters, some Final Fantasy characters, like, or the 2B from Nier Automata. Like, people have built 3D models of these characters that are being used by multiple people, and they are just going fucking absolutely to town with it. Or a lot of those, like, realistic games like The Last of Us or fucking Bioshock Infinite, like, the characters from those tend to turn up a lot. So, like, a lot of those characters are attractive, and I don't mind seeing them in CG porn, but it's like, god damn, you really gotta be ready to just look at the same characters over and over again, even if they're for characters from games you haven't played or that you wouldn't prefer to see. So that's the biggest weakness of that tag. But, yeah, it's probably the one I look at the most, so there you go.